Hi everyone, Dredgen here, and today we are taking a look at what I think is quite an underrated enthusiast keyboard kit from Epomaker. The GK68XS Acrylic, and yes, I will be giving away this keyboard to one lucky subscriber. So, stay tuned. So the GK68XS is a wireless 65% hot swap north-facing acrylic keyboard that has both underglow, side glow, and perky RGB. It is tray mount and comes with a fiberglass plate, plate mount stabs, and supports a split spacebar. It is priced at $175 and comes bare bones, meaning you have to provide your own switches and keycaps. There is also a plastic case and an aluminum case variant, but if you will be purchasing those, I recommend that you purchase the kit which comes with keycaps and switches. Going to the design and layout, central to this keyboard's design is the frosted acrylic case and its RGB. The case has sharp angles similar to the aluminum case and diffuses light from the PCB very well. The PCB has a single strip of RGB underglow along the length of the board and also has two strips of side glow RGB on the left and the right side. On top of that, you also have perky RGB. As someone who has struggled to get the right PCB for my Tofu 60 build, I was really happy to see this out of the box, and I don't think there is any PCB in the market right now that has this RGB implementation. Most PCBs in the market would only allow for one type of RGB. This has three. And yes, you can have different colors for each of the zones. If you've been watching my channel for some time now, you know that I am a fan of RGB, and I love what was done here. One issue though is that the lighting is not as bright as I have seen on other PCBs, but my guess is that this was done to conserve on the battery life. Going to the layout, this is a 65% layout, very similar to what you see on the NK65 and the Keychron K6. You get arrow keys on the bottom right side of the board and some navigation keys on the right side as well. The only difference is that the backspace and delete key were interchanged. You also have the option to install a split space bar, which I would have wanted to try. However, I do not have the keycaps for it. Overall, this is a good layout with a lot of options and results in a keyboard that has a small footprint but is still quite functional. Going to the typing experience, let's do a sound test. For this one, we will be testing the keyboard without any mods first, then doing a sound test after clipping and doing a Band-Aid mod on the stabs. This first build is the keyboard that we will be giving away. We'll be using Gateron Cap Milky Yellows. These are linear switches that are lubed out of the factory and are priced quite well. This should set you back around $25. The keycaps were sent by Epomaker as well. These are the Acco Carbon Retro keycap set and they go for around $70. Now, I am honestly not sure of the origins of this colorway, but I know that there was a GMK Carbon group buy before. If the Carbon colorway was created by someone else, then calling this one Carbon Retro might be a bit off. If you know more about this, feel free to comment below and I can certainly reach out to Epomaker to give this as a feedback. The keycaps are double shot PBT and are ASA profile, which is basically a shorter SA profile. The total for this build goes for around $270. And here is the sound test. So as you heard, the stabs rattle out of the box, so I highly recommend that you mod these when receiving the keyboard. After modding, the keyboard sounds good. As expected, it has a deeper sound which I prefer over aluminum cases, though that spacebar is a bit too loud for my liking. Very typical of SA-like spacebars. The Gateron cap switches are a banger for the price. It sounds good out of the box and the lube eases out the scratchiness of the switch. The fiberglass plate gives it a tiny bit of softness on the bottom out. I do hope that they offer other plate options in the future because I would want to customize this kit further. Going to the mounting style, this keyboard is tray mount with mounting posts on 15 locations, though they are distributed on the sides. No post in the middle, and that gives you a bit more even typing feel on the alphas. For the second sound test, which I'll be doing on my copy of the keyboard, we'll be using some tactiles. These are the Gazzew Boba U4Ts, and these are shaping to be my favorite tactiles. Since this keyboard is north-facing, you may experience interference if you use regular switches. However, since the U4Ts have longer stem poles, you usually won't experience any interference even with cherry profile keycaps. These were sent in by channel sponsor Scion Studios, and they are an official vendor for the keyboard brands that you see on screen. And these switches will be available in their store in the coming days, so do watch out for that. There have been some stores posting as Zion Studios, so please make sure that you transact with the official accounts. They also let me borrow this GMK Peaches and Cream to use in this video. Here is the sound test. So this setup sounds and looks really nice. The U4Ts sound really clean for a tactile, and the GMK keycaps here help bring out the perky RGB on the keyboard. This setup is a bit more expensive though, with the U4Ts costing around $50 to $60, while a GMK keycap set will set you back by a minimum of $120 if you join a group buy, plus the waiting time. Going to the functionality, this works both wired and wireless, and you can connect to up to 3 devices. There is a 1900 mAh battery, and connection was quite stable, though the keyboard does not have a dedicated on and off switch, so you would need to learn some of the shortcuts to operate the keyboard. The software it comes with seems very powerful, though I honestly found it a bit hard to work through the user interface, and I couldn't even change the lighting scheme on my board. Hopefully they improve the user interface. So going to the competition, if you are looking specifically for an acrylic keyboard like this, the only one that comes to mind is the Tofu 60 and 65 cases from KBD fans. The Tofu kit looks great and it's still one of my favorite cases up to this day. However, you will need to go through a lot of hoops and buy parts separately if you want to have a build like this one. If you're not willing to do extensive research, I recommend that you get the GK68XS. It is more beginner friendly and you get a lot of the things that you need out of the box. However, if you really like the design of the tofu, it is still a good purchase, but prepare to put in the work and wait as the parts become available. If you are not set on acrylic, there is a lot, and I mean a lot, of choices in the market. The KBD67 Lite at around $110 is a gasket mount budget option. They will have around 2 that will have a Bluetooth capable PCB. You also have the EK68 Aurora that starts at $129, which is feature packed. These boards will likely have a better typing experience compared to the GK68 Acrylic, but will not have that acrylic underglow that you see here. So, to summarize, I do think that the GK68XS Acrylic is a good mid-range kit and it offers something that is not currently in the market. It is feature-packed and is very beginner-friendly for those who want that frosted acrylic RGB look. The wireless functionality is something that is unusual in the custom keyboard scene, and there is room with customization since you can change the case to an aluminum one should you wish to. It gets a recommendation in my book. As for the giveaway, you only have to do 3 things. 1. Subscribe to the channel. 2. Like this video. And 3. Comment down below the keyboard that you are currently using and the city and country where you want this keyboard shipped. I will be drawing the winner of the giveaway on April 1, and no, it will not be a prank, and I will announce it on a video, so stay tuned. If this video does well, I might be doing more giveaways in the future, so please do share it. And that is it for this video. Please join the giveaway, and I hope I have helped you in deciding whether this is the keyboard for you. See you on the next one. Bye!